welcome. I'm just doing some audio testing really quick. Just want to make sure audio is working. Sounds like it. Alright. Welcome everybody. Today we'll be doing some dev work. I'll be doing some 3D modeling. We are in the process of updating Mamut, our nice moose character. So today I'm going to be kind of getting started on the basic blockout of the new Mamut. We have some new concept art from one of the artists on our team. Pull that. I'll pull up the front and side detail because I'm going to be using that in this Maya file. So front, and then need the side. Makes me go to the folder every single time, apparently. Okay, so we have our side view, our front view. If you guys want to see, I just separated these out, but I have, oh, it might be, oh, it's it broke it when I cut them out. Oh, here we go. Here's like the concept art for it, so a little bit of like bison moose situation going on there. So it'll be interesting to see how it looks in the game. We've thought maybe adding more character to the moose rather than just having like the standard earth moose. We'll have something a little bit more fantastical and with a bit more character. So let's get started. I'm trying to think. Probably what I'll start with is the side profile. Just kind of getting a basic shape. And then we're also keeping this fairly low poly because, I mean, you've seen our art style for our game. It is fairly low poly. So what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm just gonna start with a plane. Okay. And if you're listening, and because I have some music going on in the background, if it's too loud or anything, just let me know and I can turn it down. But I thought it'd be nice to around. It's not what I. Oh, that's why. Needed. All right. Now. Something like that. Hold on, sorry. Alright, just making sure. I got a notification, I was making sure it wasn't something about the stream. Hey Ryan, how's it going? Welcome to some 3D modeling. Oh, that was weird. The music was like a phone call noise, and I thought my phone was ringing for a second. Okay, what is happening? Why is it just a black? Oop, not mean to do that. I'm just pressing all of the wrong buttons. I think it might be facing backwards. There we go. Here. All right, so what I'm going to be doing is just kind of like pulling all of these points and stretching them out to kind of fit this shape a little bit. Actually, what I'm probably going to do first is get rid of those. That's going to get confusing, and I'll fix any weird geometry later. Well, let me do that. Actually, first, perfect vibes. Thank you. Going on. There we go. Okay. Make it bigger. Now, all right, so I'm just gonna start kind of pulling points to where they need to be, and I'll kind of fix points as I go. And I'm just gonna focus on the body. I'm not gonna worry about the hair, the tail, the head, or the horns or anything like that. I just want to get like the body blocked out before I kind of get too far into anything else. Probably have like too many points going on over here. I'm gonna work that right now. Like I could probably add a couple of points right here. That. Oh, sweet. I'm probably going to be adding and taking away a lot of points throughout. But once I get the actual like kind of shape filled out, then I'll start working on like giving it that low poly style that our game has. Oh, you were stuck on ads for the last minute. Well, we appreciate you sitting through the ads because it gets us a little bit of money. We just became Twitch affiliates, so now we can run ads and make a very small amount of money. For now, once we get more viewers and stuff, it'll be like obviously the more viewers, the more ads, the more revenue we get. And it's all gonna go into the game, so anything that we make at this point is just gonna be used for stuff that we need to purchase that we've mostly just been purchasing out of our own pockets for the game. I want to make sure I leave room for the really matter. Coming along. Can't Oh, I'm doing the wrong one. There, now I can see the line. Even when the model is in front of it, which helps. More dots over here. And a bunch. Oops. Can't click when I'm over the image. Okay, that is coming along. Let's fix down here. Probably too many dots down here and not enough like back over here, or well, up here looks like. Well, it doesn't look. I want to kind of smooth this. Almost. Kind of follows this line and then it jumps up to follow the hair. So let me pull this down. That's probably a bit more like what his actual back looks like. And then I'll add the hair on later. I don't think I'll be getting to the hair today. I mean, if I can get his body kind of blocked out today, that would be ideal. But we'll see how far we get. All right, let's see. I feel like that's pretty good for like a block out. Let's. Where do we want to go? I guess here's what we just make this weird. This one's higher. That look. Up. Oh, vertex. Pull these. Need to want to maybe his back needs to do that back, because on this one the back looks kind of like it goes just under the hair, but I have it really under the hair here, so up a bit more so it kind of follows this arch. All right, now here. Okay, that seems a little bit better. All right, we'll work with that. Now, what we'll do. Oops. Not working. Oh, because I have. Oh, you know why it seems like it's so low? This. Working on. Oh, okay. Okay, I think the way it's set up, this might make more sense. Because then I can this back, scoot over. There we go. Okay. That makes probably too much geometry already, but I think I'm gonna have to like redo the geometry like at the end when it's all said and done to make it look clean. So I'm just gonna keep working on the block out, and then I'll work about fixing any weird geometry later. Need these way out. Stop blocking. Yeah, like I don't want this to happen. Just have to be. Everything should technically get like smaller as it goes to give it that like round look. I think for this front part down here, I'm gonna like follow this arch and maybe kind of flatten out a little bit and then connect it to the arch. And then that flat spot right here will be where the leg will come out of eventually. Might be. This whole backside's gonna have to like kind of shrink together too, because he's gonna be like real wide in the front. At least like from what I'm picturing, I guess if I can look at this. Yeah, like he gets wide in the front and then it gets like skinnier towards the back. So once I have more of the build put together, then I can start messing with the back. I think I'll focus on the front for now, because it seems like it's kind of coming together. And then this cutout right here is like where his head's gonna go. Yeah, this is definitely way too much geometry. I'll figure that out later. It looks real weird in the back here, but I'll figure that out. Okay, so one thing I need to fix is this front section. You just spread this out so I can kind of get a better idea of what I'm looking at. This all definitely well, I guess it all needs to come back realistically. Because we really only need probably like these two first sections for the head. So if I kind of pull all of this back. I'm sure there's a much more efficient way to do this. But what's the best way to move all? I mean, here just kind of worked. Then I can just kind of get it all back. Because the way it's like jutting out is like hard to see what's going on. Okay. Just do the same for this. All right, that looks a little bit more manageable. All right. Now he's got this weird like wing thing going on back here that I'm gonna have to figure out. Another thing I might try, probably not tonight, but what I might try is like once I get like a almost like this close, I might bring it into ZBrush, and that way I can, it's a little bit easier to kind of like manipulate certain areas. Because really the only freedom I have with this is like I can move like big areas around at once, but it's harder to like be more, it's like the dots that are closest to it and just moves those. So it's not like super accurate, but I mean it helps. And then I also need to connect all of this, which won't be hard. Just gotta same issue with Trying to make this a little bit easier to look at so I can kind of tell what I'm doing. Okay, now it doesn't look like a wing. I am gonna have to figure out how to like kind of like bring this back end in. I'm having some weird geometry up here. Let me fix that before I break something. Okay. It will look. That worked. Kind of just want to have like, I want to try and keep it smooth, kind of like I have over here throughout, and not have like these weird jagged edges. So right now I'm just condensing this whole back area. Weird divot. Kind of runs. Oh, that's where the leg was supposed to go. Okay, that makes sense. I'm gonna undo that for now, because eventually this will just kind of form into the leg right here. So I can lower it a little bit. That seems a bit aggressive. Let's. Little, and then I think this whole area move. All right, let me see what that looks like. Smooth it. Definitely getting a little weird here where there's just like all the like these that big flat spot, but I can fit that. Because realistically, if I can get this smooth and then pull the legs out and then mirror it, it's probably something that I could bring into ZBrush to kind of do what I want with, and then I will bring it back into this program, and then I can. It's called retopologize, which is basically rebuilding all of these squares. There's like a tool that you can use to put like new squares. It'll like attach to the surface, but you can like draw out where you want the squares to be. Because when I pull it back in from ZBrush, it's gonna have like hundreds of thousands of these squares, and obviously that's too many. Like the amount of squares that are in this right now is probably like half the amount of squares that'll be in the entire end result. But obviously I'm not there yet. So I'm gonna start fixing this part. Oops. If my start here and work our way the other way so that my lines kind of line up a little bit better. I mean, never gonna be perfect. I could probably do that. Because if this one would have to go all the way over here. One would have to go all the way over here. Let's undo those. Let's do. I just need to make sure I have enough to get all the way across. So if I need to go like here to here instead, you just want to make it so that there's 4 sides. That's like the ideal result. Like each square is a square, some form of a square that has 4 sides. A little bit better. It's not terribly far off. What I can do is kind of pull some of this a little bit. Trying to make that a bit better. And then I can pull this forward. And I can always add more geometry right here, which I might just because it's like a huge jump. Actually, let me just do that. That feels better. And let's see. There, that one. There. Kind of organizing these a little bit more. Organize these a little bit. All right, and then that last one. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. Good there. All right, now that I've cleaned up all the geometry, if I go into this mode, you see it kind of got rid of that weird thing that was going on. Hey Chris, how's it going? Thank you. How can I fix this part? I'm trying to think. The shoulders, I guess, are more like over here. And then it kind of needs to like, needs to get smooth, and then like right here can be like flat for the head. Let's see. Like that kind of. What do I want to do there? I don't know. I need to think of that one. Let's clean this up. It's weird because let me, just so I have something to work off of. I'm gonna pull this out. And this will be the head for now. That way I can kind of work on this shoulder area and how I want to integrate that. You need to go. Smooth. Figure out what I want to do down here. I think if this should come back. Because I like how this middle part is like forward, but I think I want to pull this section back, and then the leg will be kind of like back here. Let's see. Yeah, the leg is all the way back here. So if I can like smooth out this section to just kind of meet right here, and then it can go like flow down into the leg from there. Another thing I can do actually is, let's see. Where are those? Those are right there. Probably want the leg to come here. Get a quick, super rough block out. I'm even a little too far forward. That's fine. I just want to have there. Oops. Kind of like all three sides, or all four sides. Shrunk it down. Widen it back up. So that's like a leg. And it might even, well, what'll probably happen is like this will be smoother because the leg looks kind of long right now. But realistically, like all of this is gonna kind of He looks super muscular right now, which I guess isn't a bad thing. Because once I smooth him out, he'll look a little bit less muscular, and the head just looks like the angles in the head look really weird. It's like it could be like a weird like robot head on like a giant muscular animal body. And even like this, kind of like smooth all that out. Yeah, because once I have the legs like blocked out and like I put the head there, I'll put the legs there, and then I'll just kind of like work into those, hopefully, and make it look closer. And then once I put it into, we'll see if I end up bringing it into ZBrush, just to get like the shape down, and then I can pull it back into here and give it that low poly look. Ooh, that looked weird. Okay, I'm gonna do, actually, I want to take like these four. Back legs are actually bigger, so maybe I'll even take 6. Flatten that. Leg's gonna look a little weird. But I'll get it figured out. Let's, whoa, what the heck? There we go. Actually, before I do that, let me fix this weird shape I have going. That looks a little bit better. More like a normal shape than that weird like jagged thing that I had going on before. Alright, and then I'll kind of be doing the same thing to kind of smooth the leg out. Get rid of this right here, but that's something that like ZBrush would help with, because I can just kind of smooth all this out without having to like sit here and move the dots around as much. It'll just help me like refine the shape of Mamut a little bit better, as opposed to like moving all the dots and lines and stuff. I can just use the tools in ZBrush to do it faster and with a little bit more thought behind it, I guess. I don't want, this looks like a knee, but I don't really want it to look like a knee. Okay, well, I'm kind of using this top one and watching this bottom one to see kind of like how it looks. Ooh, that is a big back leg. Alright. Let's see. Let me just kind of push this little bit. But I definitely need to like pull this down. That way it kind of fits in there a little bit better. I mean, I'm definitely have to work on that because I need to make the like leg muscle look like it's kind of coming out the side instead of just down. But I mean, it's covered in fur, so there's not like anything super super obvious about like where the leg starts and stops. It almost looks kind of like half gorilla. The way the like shoulder is, I don't even know what it is. Like, it looks like it's part gorilla, part bear. We'll just try to make it as ambiguous as possible. Am I looking in the front? I think the leg needs to be wider. Maybe. I don't know. I'll play around with it. Let me see what that looks like. Smooth. It's got a weird like butt muscle going on back here. But this is definitely something that I can like work with. I definitely need to work on like this section because like it looks a little bit like lanky instead of like in the picture over here. It's like there's like leg muscle there, and this just like skinny little leg. Turn that for now. Do I want to do the head now, or should I feel like I should like solidify the body before I move on to the head? And I'm also like somewhat learning as I go. So like once I get the body dialed in, then I'll like be faster and be able to make the head better. And I want the head to look nice because that's obviously the main focus of the character, I guess. And I'll be able to do it a little bit faster. But what else? Let me see. If I mirroring negative 9. That looks kind of cool. The head is definitely throwing me off a little. Obviously, it's just placeholder. He looks pretty muscular, and then he's got like these little legs. Definitely need to beef those up a bit, and then like this, like I said, and then he's got a really square butt. Let's undo the mirror. I just kind of wanted to see what he looked like. Like this needs. Very indented. Looks so weird. Oh, this thing is just jutting out. Definitely need to figure out how to like, wait, hold on. This leg needs to like not, I don't know, it needs to flow into butt a little bit more. Okay, that looks better. Still not perfect, but again, I think that's what ZBrush will be for. Kind of finalize the overall shape that I want. Whoops. And then, yeah, like I said, bring it back into Maya. Oh. Rogue edge, just yeah, bring it back into Maya to give it that low poly, almost like this look. I mean, this is a little bit chaotic compared to like what the final design will be. This is like way too many squares, which seems weird because it's not that many, but for a low poly character, this is too many squares. Like this leg is probably enough squares for that leg. Obviously there's no character to this leg. Like, I mean, one thing that'd be easy to do, like make this more circular and less square. Because obviously our Mamut is not going to be square. It's low poly, but it's not square. I can't tell if these back legs are too big or if the front legs are too small, or maybe just a little bit of both. I think it's a little bit of both, but something I'll have to kind of experiment with. Oh, like that's looking much better already. Not so square. How looks better. Still got some weirdness going on here. Let me mirror it one more time. And then now we'll see. Okay. Coming along. He's got a flat back. Kind of like a weird hunchback. I think if I can kind of smooth all this out, like pull this in and then pull this up, kind of make this more rounded, I think that'll look better. And then once I add like the cool fur on top and like the hoof fur and the tail and the head obviously and the big horns, I think it'll look real cool. 6. A little bit, and then here. Oh, maybe like here. What am I looking for? Here. That should help that back area. Looks so flat. There's definitely still that. We'll mirror it one more time. That looks way better. He's still got definitely some square butt going on, and some weird like super squared shoulders up in the front. But I think that's a pretty good start. There's some things I definitely need to focus on are these front shoulders, which I like the shoulder here. I just think it's way too sharp. Like if I can just smooth that out a bunch. Obviously the head I haven't even touched. I need to smooth all this out. And then I need to work on this transition. But it's definitely coming along. So I'm gonna save this, which I have saved the entire time. That's would have sucked if everything crashed. Alright, so that's saved. Next time you guys see this, who knows if, I mean, I'll even work on this again on one of these streams, maybe. Depends on how much time I have to work on it in the next couple of weeks. But I assume next time you guys see this, it'll be a lot further along. Or it'll be when it's in the game, so we shall see. Alright, well that's gonna be it for my stream tonight, so thank you guys for watching. Catch us Sunday morning for our weekly gameplay, our weekly playtest of our game. So see you then.